Good morning, and thank you for joining us on this gorgeous day. And it is gorgeous because we are all coming together to move Elkridge forward. During my 2023 State of the County address, I outlined a strategic vision for the Civic District in Elkridge. This includes significant investments in transportation improvements, community amenities, site acquisition for High School 14 in Elkridge, the Elkridge Community Center, and more. These projects are a priority, and many continue to progress forward even as soon as the next coming weeks. We're also focused on enhancing facilities that already serve our Elkridge community. Howard County residents depend on the high-quality programs and resources offered by our Howard County Library System. As a vital space, our libraries serve as the most accessible and inclusive institutions in our vibrant community, and they are critical to elevating our educational system. As one of the best library systems in the nation, I would say the best, but we're humble here, we ensure that each and every one of our branches serve a critical role in supporting our residents of all ages and abilities. Which is why in my proposed fiscal year 25 budget, we include $4 million for the planning, design, and expansion of the Elkridge Branch Library. This funding will enable the library to expand community space and programmatic efforts. I'm grateful for the strong and long-standing partnership and leadership of Howard County Library System President Tonya Akins and her entire board. I'm proud that we can invest in our Elkridge branch while moving forward with other library system priorities as well. Moreover, as we promote community affordable access to broadband and connectivity, I'm pleased to announce that we will now be installing Wi-Fi at the Rockburn Branch Park. And by late 2024, the playground equipment replacement will be open for play, providing some of our youngest members of our community an inclusive and accessible place to connect with their peers. And next year, we'll also install 6 new pickleball courts right here in Elkridge. We know that the pickleball fascination and fun is continuing, and we want to make sure that we have an opportunity to meet the demands right here in Elkridge. And as we look to the future of Elkridge, we must honor those who are stewards of our cherished history. Brumbaugh House, constructed around 1870, has served Elkridge not merely as a structure but as a vibrant center of community life and medicinal history, thanks to the remarkable tenure of Dr. Benjamin Bruce Brumbaugh. It is with immense pride and a deep sense of responsibility that we announce today an enhanced commitment for this historic landmark. Building upon our initial investment of $20,000, I'm thrilled to declare an additional $100,000 dedicated to the preservation and restoration of the Brumbaugh House. This significant investment is entrusted to the Elkridge Heritage Society, who have exhibited an unwavering dedication to preserving our local heritage. The Elkridge Heritage Society has been the custodian of the Brumbaugh House since 1985, transforming it into a museum that not only recounts the history of medical care within our community, but also serves as a beacon of Elkridge's rich heritage. This funding is a testament to our collective commitment to ensure the legacy of Dr. Brumbaugh and the history of Elkridge continue to inspire and educate future generations. We extend our gratitude to the Elkridge Heritage Society for your commitment to our community. And as we invest in the Brumbaugh House, we are also investing in the spirit of Elkridge, a community that cherishes its past while boldly embracing its future. Let this historic building stand as a symbol of our dedication to preserving the stories that shape us. Thank you to everyone involved in this project for your support and commitment, and together we're not only just improving building, we are conserving the spirit of Elkridge. Finally, we know that speeding along Hanover Road is a significant concern. I share that concern for the safety of our Elkridge residents and visitors to our incredible historic town. I want to announce today that our Department of Public Works will upgrade traffic control signals and pavement markings between Old Washington Road and the railroad tracks. Improvements will also include, but not be limited to, a wider edge lane, pavement markings, refreshing the existing double yellow pavement markings, installation of larger speed signs, and this work is expected to be completed by the end of this month. And DPW will also update their traffic calming policy to address safety and speeding concerns along all county roadways in Elkridge and beyond. Together, we will ensure our long-term commitment to our Elkridge community is sustained by our consistent involvement, community engagement, and capital investments. And I want to publicly thank our county council, our delegation, our federal partners for their work and collaboration. These things would not have happened without their advocacy, their partnership, and their investment. And you'll hear from many of them today. Thank you.
Investment to expand the Elkridge branch by at least 5,000 square feet makes Elkridge community more livable. And the library is the perfect place to do it. Libraries are for everyone. They are cornerstones of community where people are the architects of their own journey. Children learn and grow, teens discover and create, adults continue old pursuits and discover new ones. Libraries are those true community squares where people meet for the first time, connect with those that they know, and build a stronger, more connected community. We know more space is desperately needed for teens in our community. Middle and high school students, during those years, they're critical for social and emotional development, but they're also more isolated than ever. Our current teen area at the Elkridge branch has limited space and resources for this age group who like dedicated spaces filled with the types of resources and activities that allow them to gather with one another. When we renovated the Glenwood branch, we were able to create spaces filled with windows and light, furnishings for study and relaxation and collaboration and other items that now attract teens every single day. Visit the Glenwood branch any day after school and you'll see students, groups of teens doing homework and playing video games and board games, recording themselves in our sound recording studio, creating with STEM and maker equipment, and being themselves in age-appropriate ways. We need additional comparable space here in Elkridge to truly engage teens and help them feel a sense of belonging as they navigate the changes of adolescence. Similarly, we need more space for children and their caregivers to talk, sing, read, write, and play, just as they do in the renovated children's area at the Glenwood branch. In that space, we installed interactive learning and discovery stations and built a children's builder's barn where young people create and investigate and learn through play while their parents and caregivers connect and build community. Education pioneer Maria Montessori famously noted, "Play is the work of the child," making the connection between play and healthy development for children and adolescents. With 54% of Howard County students testing ready for kindergarten, the need for increased educational play spaces and learning opportunities for ages birth through 5 and their caregivers is critical. Before our youngest residents ever are enrolled in preschool, Head Start, or kindergarten, their learning journey begins in our libraries. On behalf of everyone at Howard County Library System, including Liz Bannock from our Board of Trustees, thank you so much for being here. We stand ready to make you proud of this investment, just as you are proud of all of our branches. Thank you so much for the opportunity to serve you.
Good morning, everyone. It is great to see this crowd gathered to celebrate this wonderful news. So thank you, Mr. County Executive, for sharing such good news about continuing increased investment in our Elkridge community. I am Delegate Jessica Feldmark. It is my honor and privilege to represent District 12A, and of course we are standing here in the wonderful District 12A. And also, as was mentioned, I chair the House delegation to the General Assembly. So on behalf of the entire delegation, I want to thank the county executive, thank all of you, thank Tonya for her extraordinary work. We just finished up the legislative session down in Annapolis, and this was a big session for libraries. And Tonya was really at the forefront advocating, and I am so proud that we passed the Freedom to Read Act. Recognizing that our libraries are that critical center of our community where everyone, and I mean everyone in our community, needs to see themselves reflected. And Tonya was a tireless advocate as we worked to get the Freedom to Read Act passed. And she is, as you all know, a tireless advocate at every branch here in Howard County. Libraries are an oasis, right? A refuge where every member of our community can come to learn, to grow, to connect, and thrive. And so I'm very excited about this investment in expanding the resources at the Elkridge Library, and really investments throughout the Elkridge community. And I think it is fitting. I know you'll hear later from our friends at the Elkridge Heritage Society and the Elkridge Community Alliance. And I think it's so important that they are here together, preserving the precious history of Elkridge and shaping its future, right? And I do want to give a special shout out to the Elkridge Community Alliance, because it is a group that I was honored to join from their first meeting. And, you know, it is about making sure that our residents and our neighbors, the Elkridge community members, are the ones shaping the future of Elkridge. And it is a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work, and it is not glamorous. It doesn't pay well, and it is hard work, but it is so important. And just really want to recognize the work that so many of our community members are doing to come together and work together to shape the future of Elkridge. And I am excited and happy and proud to be a partner from the state level. So thank you so much.
It is go time, Elkridge. I cannot believe it. I am amazed, and you probably are too. You deserve this. It's been a long time coming, but I know it's really here, and this is why. Your feet right now are planted in the heart of what is called the Elkridge South Civic District. That is as a matter of law enacted by the council. 3 of my colleagues, or 3 of us, are here today. That is county law. That is long-term vision planning for this part of our county, Elkridge. And part of that planning also involves the executive's amazing investment here. $15 million to site a high school somewhere in Elkridge, finally. Money for a community center in Elkridge, finally. Money for an indoor track at Troy Hill, and park and walkway and places to get to at Troy Hill from the communities and the people who live here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Again, this is how I know it's really going to happen this time. And a lot of the staffers, I think, responsible for it aren't here, but a lot of them are. And a lot of the faces out in the audiences have been pushing for this for years and years. It's not just the Wisleys and the Marcuses and the Jaffreys and the Bartons and the Pools. It's the Batemans before them and the Kathy Hudsons. This is such a long time coming. This is why I know it's real, because Mr. County Executive just said he's going to fix Hanover Road, or at least start to this month. Within a day of our District 1's ask, we had police, we had DPW, we had Office of Transportation standing on Hanover Road saying, we got it, we know it's a problem, what are we going to do? And they're going to do it this month. Here's how else I know, is because we know we can't build a community center and get a high school sited and do all of those things that you all deserve so much right away. But here's what we can do starting this year, is make more space for our community of every age in this heart of the Elkridge South Civic District. And that's what Tonya Akins is going to do at this library. We went and visited Glenwood. We saw the babies playing with their mamas and their caretakers in the middle of the day. We saw the booths where the kids would probably gather and not do homework and play video games after they got out of school. We peeked in the recording studio that looks scary to me, but I'm sure is super cool if you know how to use a phone. It's really, really excited. I am so delighted to be here and be part of it. I'm so delighted to know that I'm going to dog it every single inch of the way and know that that's not going to be too hard a fight because of what the executive has invested in here. I am so, so happy for you. You deserve every bit. Congratulations, Elkridge.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, County Executive Dr. Ball, representatives from our federal delegation, members of our state delegation, council colleagues, advocates, friends, Elkridge residents. I am Opal Jones from District 2. A small slither of District 2 covers Elkridge. As a matter of fact, you walk up the street, you're in District 1. You walk up the street that way, you're in Anne Arundel County. You walk down the street about a mile, you're in District 3 in Jessup. So it's a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling that I have right now. I have prepared remarks. I'm going to go off of script just for a second. My staff is not going to be too happy about it, but I got to say, it was 2017, I believe 2018, when this library opened, and my little man, he was 2.5, 3 at the time, was on my neck. We were standing right around there. Everyone was flooding into the new library. Fast forward to today. His 9th birthday is in 2 weeks. He plays quarterback for the East Howard Jaguars right up the street at Troy Hill, where a new indoor track is coming. The amazing investments that not only my family has seen, but your families have seen over the past few years is a testament to what we can do here at Howard County, with our county executive at the helm, with the CEO of the libraries, Ms. Tonya Akins. So many amazing partnerships. It's just really, really exciting to see, and it gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling because I can see what happened real time. We heard promises years ago, and they're coming to fruition, and I'm really excited about that. So if you can give them a round of applause. Now I'll get back to my remarks. Our communities east of Columbia are thrilled of your commitment, Dr. Ball, for long-term investments to the Elkridge Civic District project, where $11.5 million has been proposed for a new Elkridge Community Center and $2.5 million for an indoor track at Troy Park. A lot of track parents and a lot of track families are excited about that because they get to stay right here in Howard County, right here instead of going down to the amazing facilities in Prince George's County or maybe up to Baltimore or Western Maryland. They get to stay right here and keep those dollars right here. As a father of 3 with 2 grade school children, I'm ecstatic for the proposed $4 million in the FY25 budget for Elkridge Library renovations. Elevating our library system is imperative to the growth of our county, so I want to thank you for the $320,000 for the planning and designing of the Southwest Branch Library. Thank you, Dr. Ball, again. As an educator, these investments are life-changing for residents and are critical for the advancement for all. In addition to our library systems, the Elkridge Heritage Society will receive an additional investment, as you heard earlier, of $100,000 in our upcoming budget, which we will be talking about again on tomorrow morning. As our county continues to grow, so does your commitment to our future leaders' education. So thank you again, Dr. Ball, for the $15 million for the land acquisition of High School 14 right here in Elkridge. That is huge. You've clapped for it once, let's clap for it again. This is a necessary addition to our public school system and this part of the county. Recently, Howard County was named one of the best places to live in Maryland due to all of our amenities, stellar schools, and parks. And I look forward to continuing the advancement of our communities by voting in favor of these necessary investments to enhance our county. Thank you so much, Dr. Ball, and all our partners at the state, local, and federal level. And let's keep this going for Howard County. Thank you so much, Dr. Ball. Thank you,
Hi, everyone. I'm Christiana Rigby, and I have the honor of representing District 3, which also includes Elkridge. And I truly want to thank all the partners who are standing up here today, because we must foster community spaces for our neighbors to come together. And the Elkridge Civic District brings new opportunities for community connections, for placemaking, environmental protection, and revitalization. I'm thankful and appreciative of County Executive Ball's commitments to Elkridge in this year's capital budget, with investments in a community center, a library expansion, and a site for the new high school. I won't make you clap a fourth time, but we're all very excited. We're gonna go 4. I love it. But these third spaces are so much more than just walls. They're really places, and the connections between them are the places that foster community, where you make those connections. Where as a new parent, you're feeling isolated, and you can go and meet other people who are going through the same things that you're going through on a Saturday morning. Or if you have a colicky baby, maybe not the same things, but similar. But I also just want to recognize that every elected official that represents Elkridge is in support and understands the need of these investments. And I think that this is an example of what can happen when everyone is pulling in the same direction. So thank you to every elected official, thank you to every single community member, thank you to every single staff member from the library who has highlighted these needs. Thank you, because this is what happens when a community works together, and I am so excited to see these things come to fruition. So thank you all, truly.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. I represent the Elkridge Community Alliance, and at the ECA, we listen to the concerns of Elkridge and Hanover residents and advocate on their behalf. Elkridge has had the largest amount of population growth and community amenities in the county, but our community amenities and infrastructure that keep our population safe, walkable, and keep our middle and high school youth engaged have been disproportionate per capita. Our residents have been waiting for the doors of a community center to open, as it has been in the budget for 20 years. And our Elkridge youth have been waiting for a community high school for more than 70 years. These items are just the beginning of what we need in Elkridge, and we are excited. Our request is to carefully calculate that the funding is adequate for our population size of today and the projected population growth into the future. We are thankful to the administration and hopeful that this is the first step towards capital infrastructure equity for our community. Thank you so much.
First, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
That's right.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, because that was a huge surprise to us. You know, it means a lot to us. Those of you that don't know who the Elkridge Heritage Society is, let me start there. I'm in awe. So the Elkridge Heritage Society, we recently got together and came up with a brand new mission statement of who we are. So I'm just going to read that mission statement, and that funding is going to allow us actually to do everything that's in our mission statement, which is amazing to me. So our mission is to repair and care for the Elkridge Heritage Society's headquarters, the Brumball House, raise money, continue operations, because we have a house we have to take care of, build membership to share the Elkridge heritage and history through events, and build a future museum for the public, for public viewing. So the Brumball House, those of you that don't know who Dr. Brumball was, he was he was our local doctor from around the 1950s through the mid to late 70s. He passed away in around like 1985, I believe. During that time frame, the house eventually got deeded to the Elkridge Heritage Society to take care of. The Elkridge Heritage Society, since we've taken over the Brumball House, we've actually continued to intake documents and history of Elkridge in our facility there. So we have a lot of history from Elkridge from basically the time it was created in 1734. Most people don't know that. Elkridge is actually one of the oldest towns and cities in the state of Maryland. It predates Baltimore, actually. So we have a lot of history from then till now, even modern history, and with things such as the Viaduct, which was our local newspaper, which I know Dr. Ball actually read recently, and it was really interesting because it had a bunch of stuff in there about what we were supposed to get in this time frame, right? So, so who we are, that's who we are. We really just kind of saved the Brumball House with the original grant that Calvin Ball and his team fast-tracked for us in the fall. We really appreciated that. It helped us fix some water issues in the house, honestly. We had a roof leak and we had some foundation issues. Now this grant is going to allow us to actually get HVAC into the house and really get us moving towards creating that museum that we want to create. So right now we are looking for volunteers. If anybody wants to help us, there's only 5 of us. We're continuing to try to put on some events, and we're going to continue to document the history of Elkridge. So I encourage everyone to go to our website. I'm using the pulpit here, elkridgeheritage.org. That's probably the best way to get hold of us, and we have a Facebook page. And look for us to start digitizing things too, because that's enough money to help us even start to digitize some of that history we have to help save it in the future. So again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who helped make this happen, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.